Hello?
Good afternoon. This is Greg Underwood. I think someone from this number called me earlier today.
Yes, Mr. Underwood. This is Miss Hoffman. I was calling to you to talk to you about a case with Doris Devine and Mr. Organ, Timothy Organ.
What's the person's name?
Doris Devine and Timothy Organ and Angelique Hoffman.
Doris Devine, Timothy.
Organ.
How you spell his last name?
Organ.
And what's the other person's name?
Doris Devine.
Doris what?
Devine, Devine.
I thought you named three people. It's just those two, Timothy Organ and Doris Devine.
And Angelique Hoffman.
And you are Angelique Hoffman?
I am Angelique Hoffman.
Okay, what can I do for you?
I've been trying to get somebody to, actually, I was trying to get in touch with you for a while to schedule a meeting with you or to talk to you on the phone. I know that you've been busy, Mr. Underwood, to talk to you about my case. I know that you're not involved in this case with Mr. Organ and Miss
Involved in
Devine.
your case?
I'm sorry.
What? Is there an attorney in your office involved in your case, or is my office involved in your case at all?
No, your office is not involved in my case.
All right.
I've been wondering if your office could or would and look into my case. There was some new charges that were recently brought up into the courthouse where Ms. Devine said that there was a weapon involved that was just brought to my attention. I don't understand how she was able to do it this time, considering that there was no protective order and I was not in the courthouse and I'm not in the state.
Are there charges pending against either person,
No.
Timothy Organ or Doris Devine? There are no charges pending.
No. This was a protective order that a Judge Rigney had signed. I'm not sure how he was able to predict a February 24th court date on a February 10th court date. I was not there for the February 10th court date. I actually called the clerk's office I think it was last week. I called the clerk's office.
Well, let me ask you this. Why are you calling my office if my office is not involved?
Because I want your office to investigate this.
Well, we don't investigate. My office don't investigate.
Well, I think, Mr. Underwood, at this point, I think it would be wise for your office to investigate
we
this.
prosecute cases. The cases that come
Right.
to my office, we prosecute.
You need to prosecute this lady.
No. Well, let me finish first. The police department does investigations, and if they determine that a crime has been committed, then they'll charge a person with a crime, and then that means that the person has been charged with a crime. A court date is given. But if it's a case that involves a violation of a certain misdemeanors that my office handles, and also all felonies my office handles. But the police does the investigation and they send the paperwork to my office. We don't do any investigations at all.
Okay, well, I have already reported several times to POC, to the detective's office over in Special Crimes Unit, what has been going on with these charges, several times with me personally being charged with an assault charge inside the courtroom, which was impossible. Yes, she charged me with an assault charge inside the courtroom, which is impossible, Mr. Underwood. It's impossible. You cannot get charged an assault charge inside the courtroom. Judge Mahoney was on the bench that day. You cannot get charged in a charge for being in front of somebody's home when you're in another state. Your office really needs to open up these charges and really investigate these charges.
Hold on, please.
Yes, sir.
Cadillac, my office don't investigate any allegations of criminal wrongdoing. That's what the police department does, and not my office.
Right, and I have reported this to the Department for Special Crimes Unit with the department over on Virginia Beach Boulevard. And I don't know what else to do. And I did report it to the Department of Justice as well. I did go to D.C. and I did report it to them as well. And I went to Internal Affairs, and then I was actually chased down in the parking lot at the courthouse by one of the Internal Affairs officers. I have all of this on video.
Can you hold on a moment again, please? Sorry for the interruptions.
That's fine.
Ma'am, okay. Listen, what I indicated to you before is that my office doesn't do any investigations.
Okay, Mr.
The police
Underwood.
department has to do that.
Mr. Underwood, I'm just letting you know that I have documented every bit of my case from the very beginning, and I have been thrown under the bus by the Commonwealth Attorney's Office on double jeopardy charges, and I have all the proof to prove every bit that I've been telling you. My case needs to be...
I am the Commonwealth Attorney's Office.
I know, Mr. Underwood. I know who you are.
You under the bus?
No, I'm not talking about you personally, Mr. Underwood. I'm talking about Sarah Childress and David Vitto. I have every bit of evidence to prove everything that I'm telling you on the phone. I've reported it to POC, to the departments, to corrections, to the right departments, everything that I'm telling you. And as of this morning, I have reported everything to Channel 13 News. I have sent them everything this morning that I possibly have. I did it this morning.
Well,
I can't do anything else, Mr. Underwood. I've got to protect myself. I am in fear of my life. This lady set my house on fire and admitted to it. Nobody's done anything to help me. So as of this morning, Channel 13 News has all of it. There's nothing else I can do. I am in fear of my life, and I fled the state to protect myself because she found out where I lived. Her attorney was outside my house, videoing my house on February 9th. Her attorney didn't show up on February 10th to court. So you ask her attorney that question. Bobby Hallett is my attorney. You go talk to Mr. Hallett. There's nothing else I can do. I'm in fear of my life, Mr. Underwood. This lady set my house on fire and admitted to it. Go talk to Mr. Phillips over at Arson Investigation. I am in fear, Mr. Underwood. Now she's done it again. You cannot bring a weapon into the courthouse. You cannot file false charges and protective orders against people. You cannot have people thrown in jail and arrested on false assault charges inside the courthouse. You cannot let somebody innocent live like this. I am in fear of my life from this lady. You guys got to do something. I will come back and testify against her. If your office lifts these protective orders and these false charges against me, I will come back and testify, and that's the only thing I can tell you. Other than that, Mr. Underwood, you please have a good day. Other than that, Channel 13 News has all of it.